Hey, sorry, things got crazy and I was on a call, but I figured I would just send a voice memo and you can call me back later if you want.
Okay, I love fake it till you make it, so this is honestly hilarious. And I never understand when people fake it till they make it with tech stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just dipped out of that call. That is so funny. But I would say keep trying. And yes, the women are always harder to fool in interviews than these tech bros. I had a weird interview a few weeks ago for a nonprofit here in New Orleans that I thought was going to be cool. It said like event like live event assistant or something. So, something within my wheelhouse. I got on this call. I looked them up on Glassdoor. It was very scammy. Like, they try to make it seem like they actually have events. What they mean by events is literally hosting up a tent outside and asking for donations for certain nonprofits. I was on that call. They got some, like, little white girl fresh out of, like, college to look all professional and try to, like, bamboozle people. I literally said to her, I was like, okay, so it's not an event. You guys literally pop up in front of businesses and ask for money. And she was like, yeah, but there's a lot of opportunities for growth, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, no, actually, sorry. Like, I thought this was for more of a legitimate assistant job, and I just think I'm a little too senior to do something like this. But, like, great stuff. Like, I hope I see you guys around one day raising money for a good cause, and I'll be sure to donate. And I was like, okay, bye. The spectrum of that interview to yours, like, having a job is just literally the worst.
Hello, it is Saturday, March 8th at 5:19 p.m. in Rhode Island. Messaging you because I saw you weren't having a great day emotionally, which I totally get. I think Saturday afternoons are hard. We as a society need to address what's going on with Saturday afternoons because I feel like nobody knows what to do with them. Like, what do you do on a Saturday afternoon? It is kind of the perfect time to justify doing nothing, but then, like, you get in your head about it. So, especially if you don't have plans at night. But, yeah, just, like, sending you love. I know, like, also being in a new city, that's probably kind of weird and just, like, a lot going on in your head. But, like, I highly encourage you to just, like, pick a spot and, like, go out tonight. Like, you don't have to think about, like, making friends or anything. Just, like, go surround yourself with people, and either you'll make friends or you'll like the people watching, or you'll be like, oh my God, people suck, and now I'm thrilled to be able to go home. Also, this is something that I want to do, but I feel like it's definitely something I could see you doing. It's this app called Time Left, and it's basically an app where you go on, you pick the city that you're in, and it asks you questions about yourself and, like, your beliefs and things that you like about yourself and other people and blah, 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 almost like a dating app. And then it books you a reservation at a restaurant in your city with 4 strangers. And the whole point of it is the idea that, like, it's going to, like, connect you with people it thinks that you would get along with. But it's, like, strictly friendly. So it's not meant to be, like, for dating at all. It's just, like, hooking you up with strangers, which I think sounds absolutely terrifying, the idea of, like, going to dinner with strangers. But I'm also, like, wildly intrigued. And they don't have it in Rhode Island, so if I do it, I have to go to Boston, which is fine because I'm like, well, if I don't like these people, at least they don't live near me. But I feel like it might be cool to try it in New Orleans.
Hey, it's 6:54 p.m. in New Orleans, still March 7th. I'm walking to Dollar General because I finally mustered up enough emotional strength to do something. Also, the map app is going, so this is going to be a true timing test of my voice notes. I actually have Collage Club tomorrow, and tomorrow is the reschedule of Mardi Gras, so I think tomorrow I'm going to do your little social idea and hope to make friends at Collage Club, but if they cancel because of Mardi Gras, then, like, I'll go to one of the parades and be social. However, today, no social. Besides the one lady that cuddled with my dog on the street. She was cool. That app is a direct ripoff of an LA app that I was one of the influencers to beta test called 222 that literally does all these questions. It's beautifully formatted. It gives you your personality archetype, and it does that. It sets you up with dinner, but also an after-dinner activity with like-minded strangers, and I did that twice, And I loved it, so you know me clearly, because I already did that.
Good morning. March 9th, 7:23 on my first dog walk. It's daylight savings. Okay. Sorry, car passing. For the podcast, should I just be promoting it on my socials? I mean, I only have a combined following of like 10K, and I've been like in TikTok jail. Or should I make a new TikTok? Or should we like wait for it to get some traction? I don't know. Just I'm probably gonna try to make some Spotify icon image ideas in Canva today and send them to you. But let me know what you think about social media for this part. Because obviously social media is a good way to tease it before we drop. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay, Sunday, March 9th, 5:56 p.m. Still light out. We did it, everybody. Yeah, I think that it's like moving very quickly, which I love. Most things move slow. So I genuinely love it, and I feel like maybe Tuesday is a good time to like post stuff. That's like not the day we want to put out a podcast, but like maybe it's a good day to like promote the podcast and be like, everybody check this out and like mark your Fridays. Yeah, I feel like that's great. You inadvertently have done something to help us, by the way, because anytime you deactivate your Instagram and then like reactivate it, you end up like on everybody's sorry, I'm like dragging bags from Target everywhere. You end up on people's streams a lot more because you're sort of like, it treats you like you're a new account. So you'll probably get a lot more traction than you otherwise would.
Oh my god, I just thought of something freaking brilliant for once the podcast gets a little traction. If we're like, hey, do you and your friends talk about silly shit all day? Do you want to spill the tea without really spilling it? Submit us 10 minutes of your voice memo to be a special, and maybe we call the special episodes the yada 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 episodes, like to be featured on a special yada yada episode of Call Me Back. Submit this, and they submit their voice memos to us, and maybe we charge like $5 to submit, and then we like give 50% of the proceeds to charity every month or something, and then keep the other 50% for ourselves to put into the business. I think that people would eat that shit up. LOL at me trying to incorporate yada yada yada. I can just see that on like t-shirts and like hats and stuff. Like I just see yada 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 on merch. But also for Call Me Back, I could see a very simple, like nice t-shirt that says Call Me Back, like in small letters. And then on the back in small letters it says, or don't. Something like that. That's also really cute. Or maybe our fans are called the yada yada yadas. Like on Call Her Daddy, the names, the fans have a name. I don't know, she calls herself Founding Father, and then her fans have a stupid fucking name I can't even remember.
Okay, so we've already got one project going. However, we both need money. So here's my other pitch. And this was sort of like what I was attempting to do with Hannah, but like she got the daycare and the kid, and it's like it's becoming tricky for her. And also, like a literary magazine actually is a lot of work. But that link I sent you to that Open Door Playhouse that does like the audio plays, whatever. Um, like they actually do a pretty good job, and they produce content pretty regularly. But it got me thinking, and I was talking to the woman who does it, and it sounds like fairly straightforward now because basically she just gets people on Zoom, records it, adds a cute little sound effect at the beginning, and then publishes the recording of the Zoom. And then like maintains their website, whatever. But like I know for me as a playwright, like I love it because my work is getting produced. It sounds like a regular theater if I put it on a resume, and I have this thing that I can like send out to my friends. And they get really good people to do it because, as you can imagine, like the commitment is very low because it's just sound. But she was saying that like they get tons and tons and tons of submissions, and that like that's how she's able to put out so much content. My thinking is that you could probably, and by you I mean like potentially you and I, even though we have a lot of stuff going on, but like again also need money. Um, we could potentially do pretty much the same thing, except like one play a month. But my thought process is that to submit the play, to submit a play, you have to pay like $10. Um, Even if, and she was telling me, so she charges $5 to submit, and she said that she gets like around like 100 to 150 like submissions per week because she's just constantly taking submissions. Um, and so like if we charged 10, uh, like and stayed anywhere near that number, but just did like one play a month, then that right there is like enough to like cover, giving stipends, whatever, give the playwright like a little something, but still like actually pull in money and not even have like an actual like venue rent, anything like that. Okay, it is Wednesday, March 12th, 3:03 p.m. here in Rhode Island. Um, and I'm wondering, what do you give a lot of thought to who you follow on social media if they're people you don't know, like if they're celebrities or stuff? I don't really follow. So like if I don't actually like know you or you're not following me, like I would never, I don't know. I just realized I don't follow any celebrities at all. And I'm wondering if that makes me weird.
I don't think it makes you weird. I think it makes you more mentally stable than the lot of us. I follow celebrities that I like love, like Kiki Palmer. Um, and I used to follow Amber Rose before she became like a Trump person. I might not like follow a lot of celebrities, but like I keep up with beef, like the whole Bad Baby Alabama Barker beef. I mean, I don't follow Alabama Barker, but I do follow Bad Baby, but I keep tabs on their beef because it entertains me. Um, Wow, those are literally the only celebrities I can think of off the top of my head. So I don't think I follow many celebrities either, but I'm not putting a lot of thought and effort into like following versus unfollowing. I mean, there's a bunch of people from back home who are following me on Instagram, and I feel that pressure like, oh, I should follow them back because they followed me. And it's like, no, I don't want to because I actually don't care what you're doing. And most of y'all that be following me anyway just want to like be my ops and like see what I'm up to and be like secretly hating and sending me like bad energy. So, no thanks. Also, sorry I didn't reply to your voice memo yesterday. I love that idea, but I don't think I can take on any more projects until I start getting an income, which I should know about this week. And then next week I have an interview for a part-time nannying job. So hopefully I'm going to start making an income again soon. It's 2:22 here in New Orleans, and I just got out of the shower, and I'm gearing up to go outside and interview people again since my interviews had no audio yesterday.
That's really interesting. I guess what made me think of it is I was watching this documentary on like influencers, and I don't follow any like I don't follow any, like I'm still one of those people who just like I don't know, this is so weird, but I'm one of those people who like thinks that you should have to like do something to be famous. Which is why like I'll forever be salty about Kardashians. Like I just think like even if you're like a terrible actor, like at least if you're like in a movie, I'm like, okay, well you're in a movie, so like it makes sense that people know you. Um, but like it's so wild. It's still very wild to me that we live in a world where like somebody you can go on Instagram and somebody has like 1 million followers, but like my mom doesn't know who they are, or like they can't monetize that. Like it's incredibly strange to me. But yeah, I just don't really follow those people, but I also feel like I would assume most of the reason people do follow them, unless it's that like they're funny, is a kind of aspirational thing. And I've always I've always found that kind of weird because I'm like, I don't need to, like, I don't want to see somebody living a better life than I'm living. Like, I know the kind of life I would like to have. I don't have to, like, watch somebody else like, that would do nothing but depress me. So I just, yeah, I don't quite get it.
Oh no, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm an eternal Kardashian hater. And I feel the same way about influencers. Like, the only influencers, honestly, that I follow on social media are ones that either like found me on socials and we like kind of became friends, or someone whose like work I find really interesting. Like there's this girl, Danny, then she has some Slavic last name on TikTok, and she's like an interior designer influencer. Love her. But like these folks who have just gotten like famous for nothing, I will always be salty about that. But also like, wow, good for them. But that's the friggin' day and age we live in. Yeah, Kardashian's always been a hater. I've never even watched a full episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've seen like tidbits going through the channels, or like, you know, videos people repost on the internet, but I don't follow them. And as far as people having really awesome lives on the internet, that doesn't really bother me. I think because I'm so delusional about my own life. But I just came back from walking the dog and nobody was on the path. So I think I have to like take my tripod and like go into town a little bit more. There's this street called Ferret Street that's like a 5-minute walk. I'm gonna try to go there and see if there are any people that I can ask, like, do you like phone calls? Are you more of a texter? Do you send voice notes to your friends? If so, like, what do you talk about with them? Blah 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 blah. Would you listen to a podcast about that? Blah 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 blah.
I was actually saying that I might write about this for a Substack, or I might not if this makes it into the podcast, because this will be me. Because 9 times out of 10, it's just like, I want to say this and have somebody listen. So either like I write about it, or as long as I know it goes somewhere, as I bop around my office. But like, I actually think one of the like seminal moments of the current culture was, I remember being on Facebook literally right after Facebook was first created, like immediately after. And there was this gay guy who posted a shirtless photo of himself lip syncing the Kristen Wiig like Sue Surprise sketch from Saturday Night Live. And it went viral. It was one of the first things I ever remember going viral on Facebook. I don't even think we called it going viral at the time. Like it was such a strange thing for like a complete stranger to be like, to have their like video shared by people who didn't know them, and we were all like, what's going on? And so there was a bunch of us, including me, because hello, I've always been a hater, who were like, I don't understand why, like, this is amusing. Like, it's not that, it's not weird that people are sharing it, because, like, it's amusing. He's cute. But, like, there were people in the comments, and again, like, we didn't have a term for it at the time, but now we would call it pick-me's, who are like, oh my God, you're so funny. You're so talented. And I remember seeing the word talented and immediately just like my blood boiling. Cause I was like, he's not talented. There's no talent here. Like, he didn't write what he's saying. He's not even like, and the acting of it all is like, he's just mimicking Kristen Wiig. Like, you like the video because he's hot and he's got his shirt off. That's fine. But like, why are you trying to like make this something else? And so, like, people started saying that, and then it became, like, discourse about, like, no, like, why isn't this talented? And, like, maybe this is why when TikTok first started and it was all lip syncing, I was like, oh my God, here we go. Um, because, like, yeah, there are people who are bad at lip syncing, but, I mean, I was just like, yeah, it's like, I would think juggling is harder. But I remember there being people who, like, really were adamant that, like, they didn't want to just be like, no, it's fine. Like, this guy's cute. And like, I'm following him because he's cute. And I'm telling him that he's talented because like, I secretly believe he'll like show up in my DMs and ask to hook up with me. Um, and like, whatever, go for it. But seeing some people be like, no, 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 it's like, I'm not that shallow. Like, I actually think that there's some kind of talent here. Like, looking back, I'm like, oh, that really was like the dawn of where we are now. Hey, sorry I missed you. It's me. It's Friday at 6 p.m. Just call me back. All right, bye.